Welcome back again. So in this video we're going to look at making the player be able to crouch. So similar to what we had to do with the previous video with the sprint, we're going to go back over here again to edit. We're going to go to project settings. We're going to scroll down and find input, and we're going to add a new action mapping. This will be crouch. Then we're going to press this plus button, open that up, and we're going to want the left control key. If you want a second key, for example, you can press the plus button again, and for example we can press the C key. So now both of these keys can be used to make the player crouch. Okay, let's click off that. Let's go back into the first person character, which was located in Blueprints first person. I've already got it up here. So, okay, let's go into here. So, very similar to how we made the character run, we're going to do the same thing again, but with a little bit more detail. Okay, so scroll down here. We're going to right click and we're going to press crouch. We're going to type that in. We're going to find our action mapping for the crouch that we've just made. There we go. We're then going to go and get the character movement, and we're going to set the character movement. So max walk speed. I've done it again. Sorry. Max walk speed. Okay, we're going to set the max walk speed. So currently our normal max walk speed is at 600. However, when we crouch, we want to be able to move a bit slower, so we're going to halve that. We're going to put that to 300. We're going to Control V, Control C, Control V that, and we're going to set that back to 600, which is our standard walk speed. We're going to hook this character movement pin into that as well, and then on pressed, we're going to attach that to the 300, and then on release, we're going to attach that to the 600. Okay, so right here, right now, our character is able to essentially walk. So if we press play, very weird window, but still, if we walk around as normal, like with our little jog, if we hold down the control key, we're moving a lot slower. We let go, we're moving back to normal. Okay, there's that done. So our next step, we want to be able to actually be able to crouch. That's the whole point of the video. So we're going to drag off the 300 one, and we're going to put in a timeline. We're going to add a timeline, and this will be crouch timeline. Okay, so that's on play. 601, we want that on, just give me a second, we want that on reverse. Like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to double click on this timeline, and then we're going to get this whole new screen pop up. Right now it's blank. We're going to press plus track here, and we're going to add a float track. Okay. Right next to it there's a little area, a little box with the word length next to it. We're going to change that length to 0.5. And like that, we have ourselves a timeline. So I want you to hold down the shift key, and we're going to press down on the line. I'm going to create 2 dots. When you press the first dot, I want you to change the time to 0 and the value to 0. And then we're going to click on the second dot. We're going to change that to 0.5 and the value to 1. The second one has now launched off the timeline. So to get back, we've got these 2 little buttons here. Zoom to fit horizontal, zoom to fit vertical. We're going to click those. Okay. So now we have this timeline. So over 0.5 seconds, the crouch will initiate. Okay, so we can come off that now. As you can see here, we've got the tabs. We want to go back to the event graph, like this. Actually, we can rename that timeline. Okay. So we want to go over to the first person capsule here. So on the left hand side, we've got to viewport. We've got our capsule. And this capsule is the character. So if you see right now, our character is a pair of arms with a camera attached to it. So the arms are just to basically give our character an avatar. Because this is first person, we don't need a full body for the character. That's a waste of resources that the game could use elsewhere. All we need is a pair of arms. The camera is invisible, so you can't see it in game, and neither you can neither see the capsule. However, the capsule is what gives our character collision. It lets us walk into walls, stay on top of floors, that sort of stuff. Even take damage. So right now, if we clicked on the capsule component there, it's highlighted. On the right hand side, it will say shape. Right there we got capsule half height. Currently it's at 96. So we need to remember that number, 96. If we go back to the timeline, we drag off update. We want capsule. Sorry, my bad. We want to grab the capsule component here. We want to drag it onto the blueprint, and then from there we want to pull off the pin and type in capsule half height, which can be found there. Okay, we want to hook that into there. So our timeline is now hooked into our capsule half height. All well and good. However, we want to be able to change our character's height so that we can crouch. And to do that, we're going to pull off this crouch here on the timeline, and we're going to type in something called a lerp. It can be found there, a lerp. So this is going to let us change the height between, change between 2 points. So automatically it's connected to point A. We don't want that. So we want to right click and press break link. We want the crouch to be connected to the alpha. And what we need is here at point A, we need to find out what our height was again. So we go back to the capsule half height, and it is 96. So here in point A, we're going to type in 96. Now, we need to halve that. It doesn't necessarily have to be halved, but around the same. So I'm going to go with 43 as our reduced number. Once we're done with that, we can connect our return value into the half height on the set capsule half height. That's all connected up now. So if we give this a play test, first we'll compile it, make sure that works, and there doesn't appear to be any issues. If we go here now and play test, we're at normal height. If we hold down crouch, we've gone down lower. We're down, we're up, we're down, we're up, down, up. Okay, well, that's it for that video, and we'll see you in the next one.